They say experience protects you, but try telling that to the millions of drivers who lose over $1,200 a year to car scams they never even sensed coming. It doesn't matter where you go. A shiny dealership with marble floors, a national oil change chain with cheerful posters, or the friendly neighborhood shop that offers you free chai while your car's on the lift. Behind every polite smile is a playbook. A well-crafted, well-practiced playbook designed to separate you from your wallet quietly and efficiently. Today, we're exposing 17 automotive scams that still fool even the smartest drivers. And yes, one of them got me too. This isn't just a list. It's a walk through the tricks, the lies, and the polished half-truths hiding inside garages around the world. Buckle up. Scam number 17, the engine flush scam. Picture this. You're stuck in the waiting room sipping the kind of stale coffee that tastes like regret. Your car is up on the lift, and the technician walks over with a face that screams, "I'm about to save your life." He holds a clipboard like a doctor delivering news about a failing organ. He tells you your oil is contaminated, sludged, breaking down. The solution? A $120 engine flush, right now, or your engine may not last. Scary. Until you realize 7 out of 10 engine flushes are pushed not because you need them, but because quick lube chains make massive profits off them. Modern engines and high-quality oils rarely need a flush. And the chemicals they use? Some are so harsh, they can knock sludge loose and cause clogs. So when you see the futuristic-looking flush machine rolled toward your car like medical equipment, remember, the only thing they're saving is their revenue. And that's just the warm-up. Once they've softened you up with fear, here comes the next emergency. Scam number 16, the cabin air filter emergency. It usually starts like this. A technician walks out holding a dirty filter like it's a biohazard. "This is dangerous," he says. "You don't want to breathe this in, do you?" What he doesn't tell you is that many shops secretly add both filters, engine and cabin, to your bill without ever asking. And the dusty filter he shows you? Half the time, it isn't even yours. Relax. Cabin air filters don't need replacing every few months unless you live in the middle of a dust storm. A dirty-looking filter isn't an emergency. Tap it clean and put it back. Because once they've squeezed you with filters, they'll introduce a phrase that sounds magical, but is actually designed to make you complacent. Scam number 15, the lifetime fluid myth. Dealerships love teasing you with the words lifetime fluid. It sounds like wizardry, like you never need to worry about your transmission again. But lifetime means one thing, until your warranty expires. After that, you're on your own. Heat, friction, and oxidation slowly destroy fluids. By 60,000 miles, that lifetime transmission fluid is already tired, thin, and losing its protective strength. Damage builds silently, and by the time it shows, it's catastrophic. Ask any veteran mechanic and they'll say the same thing. No fluid lasts a lifetime. Change it before it burns. Because the next scam doesn't hide in a bottle. It hides in your dashboard. Scam number 14, the tire pressure sensor replacement trick. You're driving, minding your own business, when the TPMS light pops up. Suddenly, every bump feels suspicious. You pull into a shop, and before they even check anything, the advisor says, "Sensor's bad, needs replacing." But here's the truth. Sensors don't die overnight. Most of the time, the real culprit is simple. A low tire, cold weather, a slightly weak battery, or a bit of corrosion. A good mechanic checks those things first. A shady one jumps straight to a 100+ replacement. Before you spend a single dollar, check the pressure yourself. TPMS was invented to help you, not help shops upsell you. And speaking of upsells, the next one hides behind a fake test. Scam number 13, fake diagnostic fees. Your check engine light pops on. You walk into a shop asking for help, and before they even pop the hood, they hit you with a $120 diagnostic fee. You imagine a team of technicians doing deep laboratory-style analysis. Nope. Most shops just plug in a $50 scanner, read a generic code, and call it diagnosis. Auto parts stores do the same thing, for free. Real diagnostics take time, specialized tools, and actual skill. Scam shops use the code to sell fear and parts you don't need. Always ask what the fee covers. Real shops apply it toward the final repair. Scam shops dodge the question. And that white strip test they show you next, that one is pure theater. Scam number 12, the bad brake fluid test. You're in for a simple oil change when the tech walks over, holding a little white strip dipped in brake fluid. He looks serious. It failed. You need a brake flush right now. Sounds terrifying. Except brake fluid naturally darkens and the test strip they use? It's designed to look dramatic, not to read actual condition. Most cars don't need brake fluid changes for 2 to 4 years. That strip only shows normal moisture buildup, which is completely expected. If you want a real reading, buy your own brake fluid tester. If you're under 3%, you're fine. Because the next scam hides where the cars shine brightest, the used car lot. Scam number 11, the used car detail and hide scam. Used car dealers know something powerful. Presentation sells dreams, so they steam clean engines, buff paint until it glows, spray tires shine like perfume, shampoo carpets, and even repaint rusted parts. Everything looks perfect. Too perfect. A spotless engine bay can hide leaks, fresh undercoating can conceal rust or flood damage, and shiny seats can mask cracks polished over with silicone. Always check under mats, under the hood, and around bolts for overspray, hidden rust, or anything that feels too clean to be real. Because the next scam doesn't just hide damage, it plays with your emotions. Scam number 10, the yo-yo financing scam. You sign the papers, you drive home in your new car, you celebrate. Then, a few days later, the dealership calls, your financing didn't go through, you need to come back and sign a new contract. But this new contract? Worse interest rate, more fees, different terms, and if you refuse, they hint they'll take the car back. It's called the yo-yo scam, because they let you go, then reel you back in. They know once the car's in your driveway, your heart is already attached. Most people don't want to give it up, so they sign the worst deal. Protect yourself. Never drive off until financing is 100% approved in writing by the bank, not the dealership. Because the next scam starts cheap but ends expensive. Scam number 9, the bait and switch oil change. You see the ad, $29.99 oil change. Looks like a steal, right? But halfway through the service, the advisor walks in, holding a list like he's delivering medical test results. Synthetic upgrade, air filter, cabin filter, engine flush, wipers, additives, one recommended item after another. Suddenly, your $29 turns into $150 plus. That low price was never the real deal. It was the bait. The upsells are the switch. Real shops tell you the full cost upfront, clear and honest. Scam shops hide behind friendly smiles and recommendations designed to fatten the bill. Scam number 8, the certified used car inspection lie. Certified, 150-point inspection. Guaranteed quality. It all sounds official and impressive, but the truth is that many of these so-called inspections are nothing more than a rushed checklist someone blasts through in 5 minutes. No compression test, no real diagnostics, no deep mechanical examination, just a shiny sticker and a higher price tag. Always ask who actually inspected the car and what they truly inspected. Because if the seller dodges the question or gives vague answers, that's your cue to walk away fast. And trust me, the next 7 scams only get darker. Scam number 7, fake check engine light resets. A check engine light is powerful. To an honest mechanic, it's a clue. To a scammer, it's a goldmine. Here's how the game works. You bring your car in because that amber light on your dashboard won't go away. Instead of actually fixing the cause, a shady shop simply clears the code. In seconds, poof, the light is gone, and they hand you a bill big enough to make you wince. You drive away feeling relieved, until 2 days later, the light flicks back on like a haunting reminder that nothing was fixed at all. Used car sellers play the same trick. Some will clear codes right before you arrive to test drive the car. The engine sounds smooth, the dash looks clean, the seller looks trustworthy. But behind that temporary silence, trouble is waiting. Some sellers even use small plug-in devices that hide intermittent faults entirely. So how do you protect yourself from invisible problems? Ask for freeze-frame data, pending codes, and a complete historical scan. And demand proof of the actual fix, not just a cleared screen. A real mechanic shows you what's wrong, a scammer hides it. Scam number 6, the fuel system cleaning scam. It always starts the same way. A service advisor leaning in, lowering his voice as if he's about to reveal a secret weakness in your engine. Your fuel injectors are getting clogged. Carbon is building up. You're losing fuel economy. And then they hit you with a $150 to $250 fuel system cleaning that promises smoother performance and better mileage. But here's what they hope you don't know. Modern gasoline already contains detergents that clean injectors and valves every time you fill up, especially top-tier gas. And unless your car is actually misfiring, idling roughly, or losing power, you don't need any special service. Dealerships love selling this because it sounds technical, it sounds preventative, it sounds urgent. But if they're pushing it at every oil change, that's not maintenance, that's a script. Scam number 5, the new battery lie. A dying battery doesn't whisper. It shouts with slow cranking, dim headlights, a clicking starter, and a dashboard that flickers sluggishly awake. When a battery is truly failing, you'll feel it. But some shops don't wait for real symptoms. They stage a performance, dimming lights, for demonstration, taking voltage readings at the wrong moment, and showing dramatic printouts that mean nothing, all to convince you the battery is on the verge of collapse. Used car sellers sometimes pull the opposite trick, putting in a strong battery for the test drive, then swapping it with a weaker one before delivery. Protect yourself. A healthy battery reads 12.6 volts, lasts 5 to 7 years, and most auto parts stores will test it for free. If your car starts normally, don't let fear make you buy a new battery. Scam number 4, the flood car cover-up. After hurricanes, monsoons, or heavy flooding, thousands of waterlogged cars are quietly revived, cleaned, polished, perfumed, and pushed onto the market for unsuspecting buyers who have no idea what's hiding beneath the shine. Flood damage destroys wiring, corrodes sensors, and shorts out computers from the inside. And the nightmares start weeks later with random warning lights, electrical failures, transmission glitches, and strange gremlins that never go away. Watch for the classic signs: a musty smell, cleanliness that seems too perfect, rust under seats or bolts, mud tucked under carpets, or faint water lines behind dash panels. If you spot any of these, don't negotiate and don't second guess, just run. Scam number 3, the extended warranty trap. It always begins innocently: a friendly letter, a voicemail, a postcard with bold red letters. Final notice: warranty expiring soon. Protect your vehicle now. They want you anxious. They want you reactive. They want you to believe your car is seconds away from financial ruin unless you buy their extended warranty. But here's the truth behind these plans. Most of them exclude the exact things you'd need help with. Engine failures, not covered. Transmission problems, not covered. Electronics, not covered. Wear and tear, definitely not covered. They'll gladly take your money, but when something breaks, they'll find a loophole, any loophole, to deny your claim. If you truly want extended coverage, always buy directly from the manufacturer, not from a caller, not from a flyer, and not from fear. Scam number 2, the odometer rollback. It's illegal, but it still happens more often than people think. You spot a 10-year-old car with only 50,000 miles, shiny paint, clean seats, and a price that feels perfect. But mileage isn't magic because engines, suspensions, and transmissions age with time, not just distance. Scammers know rolling back modern digital odometers takes some skill, but not much, using illegal software, replacing instrument clusters, or manipulating internal data. To protect yourself, look for what the mileage should look like. Worn pedals, a shiny steering wheel, a flattened driver's seat, inconsistent service records, or a suspicious Carfax report. If the mileage seems too good to be true, trust your instincts. Cars don't age backward. Scam number 1, the fake mechanic diagnosis. This is the one that gets almost everyone, at least once. You bring your car in for something small, a noise, a vibration, a light. The mechanic walks out with that heavy, serious look, the look that freezes your stomach. I'm afraid your transmission is failing. Your catalytic converter is shot. Your entire engine needs major repair. The number they quote is big enough to make your heart sink. Hundreds. Sometimes thousands. You panic. You trust their expertise, you pay, and then, a week later, the problem comes back. Why? Because shady mechanics exaggerate issues, misdiagnose on purpose, or charge you for fixes that don't fix anything. Protect yourself with simple rules. Ask for live data. Ask for before and after scans. Ask for proof of the failed part. Ask to see the old parts they removed. And always, always get a second opinion. A good mechanic explains. A scammer intimidates. The final warning. If you think scams only hide in repair shops, dealerships, or used car lots, you're not ready for what lurks at the gas pump. Because some fuel brands, even big-name ones, are quietly damaging engines from the inside out. Detergent levels too low, additives watered down, dirty fuel that causes real long-term wear. And most drivers never notice until it's too late.